Throws it up for Ayton. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jordan. Stacks. Joined as always with my guys. We got Swerving Irving Washington checking out his eyebrows.
Yo,
They're
checking
good.
out this pimple.
Oh shit, that's good right there. And then we got Mr. Big Ball and Ben live and direct. Welcome to the show. Hello, everybody. Well, we are being brought to you by Sharps app, SHARPZ. Download it, track your bets, become a better. Use promo code JORD517. It's easy. Any mobile device. Let's go. That being said, how we doing tonight?
Doing good.
Hell yeah.
We're getting closer to spring training. It's fucking delicious.
Closer to the regular season? We're in spring training.
We're going to spring
Oh,
training.
yes,
It's getting
yes.
closer for us to go to spring training. So.
Yes. And we're very close to the regular season, so it's right on the horizon. Looking forward to that. We're in the midst of March Madness. We got the conference tournaments, a lot going on. So exciting time in the sports world, man. March is probably the best month of sports, to be honest. With all that being said, we are doing the AL and NL divisions today. I mean the East AL NL divisions. Yes, of course. They're the only two leagues. We're doing the East divisions. We have had some news on the AL East front. So as far as the Yankees are concerned, which we're going to get to very shortly. So should we just hop right into the AL East right now? I mean, there's not really much else to talk about. Yeah,
Hey, we never ask how are you doing?
Yeah, how you doing, Jordan?
I'm good. I'm doing all
You
right.
always ask us, and then we're like, yeah, we're good, and then like, who gives a shit?
I'm just excited to be here, man. Excited to talk some baseball, man.
Here we go.
You know, I'm very much ready for the season. Our guy AK gave out Royals over 73.5 today.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big fan of it. Told him to. But, you know, I'm going to root for him. Hopefully it gets home and cashes. We did our ALNL Central preview a couple weeks ago. We were kind of all lockstep that the Royals were the third best team in the division. So 73 is possible. It's possible. It's not out of the realm of possibility, man. That's for sure.
Yep.
But let's hop into the American League East. So like I said, we're going to start like bottom to top, which we always do. So we're going to start with the Boston Red Sox. Their win total is basically 77.5 everywhere. I do see 179.5 out there. I think that's at Hard Rock. But for the most part, 77.5 minus 110. There's even money out there at BetMGM. So let's talk about the Boston Red Sox. Ben, what do you think about the Red Sox this season?
I mean, they have a huge glaring hole still for me, and that's pitching. You know, I don't think that. I think that's going to be the biggest downfall of this team is their pitching, and you know, defensively they're going to be all right, but I don't trust Brian Bello. I mean, Pivetta had his moments last year, and then you've got Crawford, Hook, and Whitlock. You know, in my opinion, all of those three could be the number 5 on you know, a lot of teams. So I think their starting pitching is going to be the biggest downfall of this team, and you know, they're fairly young, and I think that's going to be a big, you know, problem there. So I like points of this team, but I don't like this team as a whole.
I was gonna say, as far as their youth movement, like I love a lot of their young guys, dude, and like they have young guys that aren't even gonna be, that probably won't even play this year, that are gonna be really good too. But I'm with you as far as the pitching is concerned. Like they signed Lucas Giolito. He's out with Tommy John surgery for the year, so you know that was basically like a waste of a signing there. And like obviously they weren't relying on Lucas Giolito to be, you know, a top ace or anything, but at least he was going to eat innings, and now that's gone. So now you really have to dig deep in a team that doesn't really have a ton of whatchamacallit, of depth in pitching. Like it's already depleted. So I do agree on the front of their pitching. However, I do think they have a pretty good bullpen, and like their bullpen was a strength last year, and it was really just a matter of like getting to their bullpen. If they had a lead getting to their bullpen, they were pretty good, and that's a tough thing when you have shitty starting pitching. You really have to rely on like putting up 6-7 runs in the first 6 innings to get to your bullpen, right? But this team can, if we're keeping it a buck, dude, like this team does have some fucking boppers, dude. Jaron Duran was good. Devers, Story, adding Tyler O'Neill, Masataka Yoshida. For first 3 months of the season, he looked like he was going to run away with AL Rookie of the Year. Tristan Cassis finished 3rd in AL Rookie of the Year. So I'm with you, Ben. I think this team has strong points, but I do think ultimately the starting pitching is going to let them down.
Yeah. Well, and this might be a team that goes after, you know, a Snell or Montgomery. Like this could be one of those, you know, dark horses that has to take someone to cover that Giolito hole. Because right now they got nothing.
Yeah, I mean Brian Bellows should be pretty good. He's
was
young.
Not good last year.
He was a rookie. He showed promise. He showed moments where he looked like he was going to be the real deal. But we'll see. It's his second year. You know.
Yeah.
Pitching's one of the hardest things to really like, you know, be good at in baseball. So
yeah.
What do you think about the Red Sox, Irv?
Bet the over. They're gonna score a lot of runs. They're gonna give up a lot of runs.
I thought you were gonna say over 77.5 wins.
I was gonna, yeah.
Oh no. They're not going over 77.5. They might could get close to it if some guys play over their head, but I think they're gonna score a lot of runs. They scored a lot of runs last year, and the pitching got worse than it was last year. So yeah, I think that offense is going to have to carry them until they can find some type of glue with the pitching. But Lucas Giolito and Chris Sale, they paying like for damn near 40-some million for those two, and neither one of them going to throw a pitch for them this year.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then they also signed Liam Hendricks. He's out with Tommy John as well. So
damn.
And they just give Bello a bag too, didn't they?
Well, I don't think he was
like 19 mil.
Who, Bello?
Yeah.
Nah, he's still young.
Yeah, he's still under team control.
Yeah, he's still.
No, they just gave him a big contract.
Oh damn, they did.
Yeah.
Where did they sign him to?
6-year, $55 million.
Oh, okay.
That's not that bad. I mean, you're basically just avoiding arbitration every year.
9.2 a year.
Man, his agent sucks, dude. What if he has like a Cy Young year, dude? He's gonna get paid like $9 million the next year.
That's crazy.
Oh man, that's terrible, dude.
Includes a 7th-year club option for $21 million.
Yeah, because that's basically when he would hit free agency. So it's basically, I mean, that's even less than market value, to be honest.
Way less.
if he's good.
Yeah.
If he ends up being what we think he can be. Yeah, I wouldn't play this under 77.5 because I don't know, the Red Sox, like, I feel like sometimes like when they're least expected to do anything, they kind of like come out and play above their heads. So I don't really want anything to do with the win total here, but I think this team's gonna be dog shit.
Yeah,
I do think they're
think
gonna
this
score
is the worst team in the division.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely the worst team in the division. Well, I don't know.
I think this year they will be, but I mean, that youth movement, like you talked about, like they have the potential to, you know, have great players in Devers, Dahlbeck, Duran, Yoshida.
I know people like to call me a Yankees
Casas.
hater, but aside from Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, who else on the Yankees lineup are you taking over like Devers, Casas, like Trevor Story, Tyler O'Neill, Jarren Duran, like Masataka Yoshida? Like I feel like all those guys would like be in the Yankees lineup over the guys that they already have. Other than Judge and Soto. Like those are the only two dudes on the Yankees I think that would start for this this Red Sox team in the field.
Would you take Glaber over Grisham? Or yeah, Grissom?
Well, Grissom
Probably at second base there.
I don't know. Grissom was he was nice when he was healthy for Atlanta a couple years ago.
I'd probably take Austin Wells at catcher.
Connor Wong's he's more of like a defensive catcher. He's not like he ain't raking really, but I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, this team is the worst, but
yeah,
I think it has something to say about the Yankees when we get to the Yankees.
Yes, but again, the
lineup is legit. They're gonna score a lot of runs. It's just can they pitch? What can they?
I was gonna say that Yankees have their pitching issues too, but this team is not built to win low scoring close games.
Oh no, this team is built to lose games this year.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say lose games, but they're not built to win games.
Yeah,
they're like the fucking Oakland A's, dude.
They're not as bad as the Oakland A's.
Nah, they're not. Definitely. I mean, I hope not. All right, let's move on to the Tampa Bay Rays. Another interesting team. Just a lot of fucking injuries in their rotation. But their win total is 84.5, 85.5. So there's 85s out there. So kind of anywhere between 84.5 and 85.5 is their win totals. And then to win the division, they are 7-1. So not a crazy long shot, but definitely a long shot. Obviously, we know that Wander gone.
No, we don't know anything about Wander.
He's definitely not playing this year. That much we do know. What do you guys think about? What do you guys think about the Rays lineup? Or the Rays? Not the lineup, but the Rays in general.
I know they played great last year. A lot of that was over their head because the injuries start piling up, and they barely squeaked into the playoffs. So it just the lineup without Wander is going to be a big question mark. Now we got to see what they're going to have for pitching because Rasmussen's gonna miss the whole year, and what's the lefty name?
Jeffrey Springs and McClanahan. All three of them are gonna miss the season.
All three.
The whole year.
Jeffrey Springs might be back. Jeffrey Springs and Rasmussen might be back towards the end of the year.
But that's like for the last month.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. I don't know. Unless they call up some prospects and those dudes just go ham.
Well, I will say this. Jeffrey Springs is not on the 60-day IL, so he is closer to return than the other two. The other two are on the 60-day IL, so they definitely won't be back before July.
Springs is projected to pitch 5%. Be starter 5% of the time. Rasmussen 3%. So again, that's end of the year.
That's not. That's their service time, Ben.
So coming into the season, their rotation has Taj Bradley, Aaron Savali. He should be solid.
Yep. Eflin.
You got Jonathan Cuevas, Zach Eflin,
Ryan Pepio, Taj Bradley, Zach Littell. This is the one thing I'll say about the Rays, dude. Is these motherfuckers find pitchers off the fucking street, dude, and they just pitch well, dude. So like, if there's one thing I'm certain that they can do, it's pitch. I think the lineup, because remember last year how hot their lineup was to start the year, like they were just fucking like historically good.
Yeah,
they were like 137 WRC plus, like just raking, and then their lineup just fucking towards the All-Star break just started fucking tailing, dude. Just
It says Franco is facing a lesser charge after a judge in Dominican Republic analyzed evidence that he had an alleged relationship with a 14-year-old and paid her mother for consent.
He ain't coming back, dude.
Yeah, there's no way that they could allow this dude to play Major League Baseball again. If he does, that's crazy.
Only the Braves might sign him.
That's true.
Or the Dodgers.
Nah, the Dodgers don't.
I
Dude,
know.
they let
You see what we did to Trevor Bauer? and he
Trevor
was
Bauer
innocent.
gone.
No, I know.
Oh, and they have
Arias.
Shane Baz, dude. Shane Baz is coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back.
He was a top prospect before he got hurt. So
Johnny DeLuca can hit. They picked him up when that Dodgers trade too for when they traded Tyler Glasnow.
yeah, I like the trade they got for Glasnow. I think Pepio is like at best like a 3-4 starter, but you never know what the Rays do. They just they churn these pitchers out, bro. Then they leave and become fucking ass.
And I think we got, on the bat side, we've got questions too.
Oh, the lineup is the biggest question mark for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Yandy, can he produce for what he did last year? Like, he played out of his mind last year. He's a great ball player.
I think,
but can he put up those numbers again?
Ben, I think Yandy and Rosarina are like the two that I'm least worried about. It's more so like the Lowe's, the Paredes,
Paredes, and
Jose
Siri, yeah.
Siri.
Because Siri 2 years ago, if you don't remember, like that dude was hitting like 160, bro. Like he was terrible. He was only out there because he's a good defensive center fielder. And then last year he hit like how many bombs he hit? Like 27 home runs, 30 home runs last year. Mm-hmm. Like he had a fucking crazy year. But Yandy bats up. Yeah, Yandy every year, dude. He's gonna get you close to 300. He's going to have an on-base percentage of 375 or higher. Like, he does that every year. I got no questions. Randy Rosarina, same thing. Like, he performs every year. They're pretty consistent. It's just the rest of that lineup that I just, like, you don't know what you're going to get. And last year, we got a tale of two seasons, basically, because the first half of the year, they all performed crazy. And then the second half of the year, they fucking sucked.
Yeah. I am looking forward to Caminero, though, coming in the second half of the year. This kid's got some pop.
Yeah.
He's going to be fun to watch.
He does.
Not as much pop as we're going to be talking about with another team on the NL side, but there's a kid out there. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like him.
Yeah, but I actually like this Rays team. I lean the over, to be honest, just because it's the Rays and they just fucking figure out a way to fucking make the playoffs every fucking year, dude.
I don't. I lean the under on the Rays here. I know 84.5 is 15 less games from last year on them. Yeah, 15 less games, but the starting pitching is definitely taking a step back.
Yeah. I mean, you taking a step down from probably having the best starting rotation in baseball, but he just always find a way to win 88 to 90 games.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to lean the over until I see different.
Yeah, it's kind of where I'm at. Like, I gotta see it to believe it, dude. And honestly, I like the Rays better than
playing second place teams, though.
I don't care. I like the Rays better than I like the Blue Jays.
I agree there too. But
speaking of the Blue Jays, let's move over to them. The Blue Jays, their win totals at 86.5, 87.5 in between there. Depending on what shop you get it at. We had obviously the Shohei drama. Looked like he was going to go there. Ends up he's not going there.
It was somebody using a plane.
Matt Chapman, he's gone. Brandon Belt's gone. Kevin Kiermaier, he re-signed for 1 year. Whit Merrifield's gone. Jordan Hicks is gone. So this team is going to look a little bit different, man. They do return George Springer, Bo Bichette, Vlad Guerrero Jr. They added Justin Turner, returned Dalton Varsho, returned Alejandro Kirk. What do you guys think about the Toronto Blue Jays here?
I think this is just another meh team. You got a lot of guys who are supposed to, come out and shine and we have to ask, are they going to do it? They haven't historically done it. can Bo and Vlad take the step that we all expected them to do?
2 years ago.
What's that?
The step we expected 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then last
we're
year
still
again.
waiting. I'm still waiting. Shit. Can Gosman pitch the way that he's been pitching the last 2 years? That's a tall ask for a pitcher to go out 3 years in a row and do that. You still got Manoah on the rotation, so this is just a mediocre team to me, and I see this as a 500 team.
I think they're slightly better than 500, but yeah, I think they're around there for sure. I just like once again, dude, this team is going to come down to, is this the Blue Jays team where Vlad Guerrero Jr. fucking grounds into double plays with bases loaded every fucking time he's up? Or does Vlad finally get over the hump and become that monster star that we all expected him to be? And that he flashed his rookie year. I mean, he looked every bit of the part his rookie season.
Yeah.
But he hasn't looked that way since, dude. And that's the biggest fucking issue here.
Well, I think you also need Springer to be more than a 2020 guy.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, dude. Springer's kind of like washed now, dude. He has way too many. He's been battling injuries every fucking year for the last 3 years, dude.
Yeah.
And it's just the same shit over and over again. So like, you just can't rely on George Springer at this point. Justin Turner's almost 40 years old, so I mean, like, what are you gonna get out of him? I don't know. Isaiah Kiner Falefa, maybe he performs better outside of the spotlight of New York, because IKF at one point was a highly touted prospect. He can play all over. He's a utility man, so he can play everywhere, And sometimes we see guys go to New York and the lights are just too bright, dude. And maybe
Fulpe's so much better, bro.
And maybe
it's so much better.
Maybe IKF is better with that less light on him. You know what I mean? Like, that could be a possibility, but I mean, does Jose Barrios have the year he had last year? The guy was great at home, kind of dog shit on the road. Chris Bassett looked really good the first half of the year, then tailed off at the second half of the year. I don't know. I like this team. I like this team under
trash. Yeah.
I think the Rays are the second best team in this division, to be honest. I like the Rays. I like the Orioles, the Rays, and then probably the Yankees.
Yeah, I got the Rays and Yankees kind of fighting for number 2 and 3.
What do you think?
I don't know where those are gonna
about the Blue Jays.
Who, me?
Irv, what's your thoughts on the Blue Jays?
Too many unknowns, too many question marks. Starting pitching can be good, but like you said, are they gonna have the years they had last year? And then Alex Manoah turning into fucking Chris Flexen is that set them back for sure. So and they lost Jordan Hicks. So that's definitely gonna hurt the bullpen. And I think they was using him as a spot starter last year too. So that's definitely gonna hurt them too. But like you said, can Bo Bichette and Vladdy Jr. become the stars that we know they can be? And if they do, maybe that could take them a long way. Maybe they could challenge for a wild card spot. But until we get them on a consistent basis and some type of other consistency out of that lineup, because Matt Chapman is gone, and his second half last year was really good.
His first half was good. Second half was trash.
Well, yeah. First half was good. Second half was terrible. Kevin Kiermaier is just a glove. He can't do shit at the plate. He's a white Jackie Bradley Jr.
Basically, yeah. It's true.
So if Vladdy and Bo show out, where they gonna need to pick me up from the other parts of that lineup. It could be Red Term, maybe, because he did have a good year last year with the Red Sox, and he's only DHing, so maybe he could provide a consistent bat for him, but they're still gonna need more than him.
Yep. He's playing third.
Nah,
Kevin
no way they
can Kevin Biggio tap into that potential he had? Because he was a highly touted prospect too. That motherfucker was a top 10, top 5 prospect. So
He was actually pretty good last year too. I thought he was decent.
Yeah, he finally had a good season. So can he keep it up? So they just got a lot of unknown, and I don't like what happened to their pitching because Gausman's a year older.
Yep.
Can Barrios pitch like he do at home on the road?
Kikuchi had a lights out year last year, but
Yeah, Kikuchi. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna pitch like that again.
Yep.
When Jordan talk about lucky pitchers, he's at the top of the list.
Yep. Definite
So-
regression coming.
So we'll see.
Yeah, this just
But
like
honestly, I think this is a 2-team race in this division. We about to discuss those 2 teams right now.
yep. So let's start with the first one, and that's the Baltimore Orioles. Their win total's at 89.5. It's basically 89.5, 90.5. Basically been sitting there the whole offseason. Depending on what book you shop at. Baltimore, obviously, they lost Kyle Gibson. And they didn't really add a ton. They had to kick Craig Kimbrell to the bullpen. Obviously, they're not going to have Felix Bautista for the rest of the year. But where their reinforcements come is from the is from their farm system. Jackson Holiday, Kobe Mayo, Colton Cowser's just fucking having an incredible spring. I mean, like, there's no way he can't make the opening day roster. That's how good of a spring he's having. So that's where the Baltimore Orioles are at as far as their club. What do you guys think about the?
Well, a huge
the
add
Orioles.
is Corbin Burns too.
Oh yeah, and how the fuck did I miss
Can't
that? And they
forget about
traded for
him.
Corbin
Yeah.
Burns. Yes.
Yeah, a little thing.
Yeah, they just went out and added a former Cy Young winner.
Yep. And then Kyle Bradish, we don't know what's up with him yet. John Means, once again, elbow soreness. Those two might not start. So
I just don't see where this team is losing 10 games from last
They're
year.
not. I can
Yeah.
see them gaining 10 games before they lose 10 games. They're not trouting out your boy no more, so I think they're gonna be just fine.
which guy?
mean, I think which one?
Matos, the shortstop.
I mean, he's still on the roster.
I know he's still on the roster, but he ain't gonna be the starter.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not starting.
We know who's starting at shortstop.
Yep.
Yeah.
We sure do.
And I mean, this is one of the teams I think you can put the over on every game. I mean, they're going to be putting up 5 runs every single game. I don't think they're going to be, hindered here with the bats that they have in play. Where's Colton Cowser going to play?
He
Probably-
will play in the outfield or
Either left.
Well, yeah,
or-
but like which spot is he going to take?
He could play third base too.
nah, not Cowser. Cowser, he's a lefty. He can't play in.
Oh wait, not him. Yeah,
Jordan
the other
Westberg.
dude, third. Yeah, Westberg.
Yeah, he's getting the start at third. It looks
Yeah,
like.
nah. I think he's
he-
gonna be in left. I think him and Austin Hayes will be rotating a lot, like switching off between DH. Because Ryan O'Hearn's a lefty. He doesn't face lefties, so when there's lefties in the lineup, he's out. But the thing is like Colton Cowser is playing so well, dude, that like it's to the point where like you have to get him in the lineup. It doesn't matter where you put him, like he has to be in the lineup. Like that's how good he's playing. And
Who's gonna be in center field?
Cedric Mullins.
Cedric Mullins. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And right field is Anthony Santander.
Yeah. And Santander, I mean, he has the most raw power in the lineup, so like you kind of always have to play him regardless. Plus, he's a
Yeah,
switch
yeah.
hitter.
Yeah.
But you can like the great thing about having too many outfielders, dude, is you can like rotate DHs, dude. So you can keep fresh bodies out there all the time.
Yeah.
Which I think is a blessing. I would rather have an issue that the Orioles have than having an issue where it's like, who the fuck are we gonna put in left field? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean that's where the Orioles are at. I mean the Orioles have a luxury, and I do think we're gonna get to the point where Bradish is gonna get shut down for the year. He's gonna have to get Tommy John surgery. John Means may have to get Tommy John surgery. So at some point they're going to have to make a trade, whether it's for Jesus Luzardo or Dylan Cease or whatever they do. They have to make a play. Bro, they cannot go the entire year with Corbin Burns, Grayson Rodriguez as your 1 and 2, and then trotting out Dean Kramer. And I love Tyler Wells. You guys know how much I love Tyler Wells, but dude, he's not a starter, dude. He's proven it. He's not a starter.
Yeah.
He
Way
wears
better
down.
in the bullpen.
Yeah, he's such a better bullpen pitcher because he can go out there and gas 100 as a reliever. So at some point, because I'm telling you, dude, Bradish is getting fucking Tommy John, dude. he hasn't pitched at all this spring, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they're just delaying the inevitable, hoping that he comes back and is able to rehab it and shit. It's not going to work, dude. He's going to have to give it TJ. So they're going to have to make a trade. So having this plethora of position players is only going to benefit them in the long run. The guy I'm most interested in is Kobe Mayo because he's having a really good spring too. And it's like, where do you play him, dude? Because he's an infielder. Like, you know, do you get rid of Ryan Mountcastle? Because, you know, as much as I shit on Ryan Mountcastle, like he does have experience where a lot of these guys don't have any experience.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to play Ryan Mountcastle in the beginning of the year until he proves that, like, okay, these younger guys are just better.
Yeah. Then
you play him over. But I'm with you, dude. I like the over. I don't understand. I get why people are betting it under because they don't know what's up with Bradish and Means and stuff. But I mean, you still got two top of the rotation guys in Burns and Grayson Rodriguez, and you guys remember how good Grayson Rodriguez was the second half of the year last year. I mean, the kid was fucking phenomenal, and we're talking a top 10 prospect in all of baseball. Dean Kramer's going to eat innings. Cole Irvin's going to eat innings. Cannot start Tyler Wells, dude. If Tyler Wells is in your starting rotation, you're fucked. For the whole year, you are. And they need him in the bullpen, bro, because you're not going to get Felix Bautista back this year. And fucking, God forbid, Craig Kimbrell's closing all fucking year, dude. You're fucked.
Well, hopefully a lot of the games you won't have to go to a closer. I think with this offensive firepower that they have, they aren't going to be in close games.
I mean, you still need a closer though, and the
absolutely.
And the beautiful thing about Bautista, Ben, was like you knew when he came in, it was fucking lights out,
done.
Dude.
Yep.
It was very rare that he gave up a fucking runner, blew a save, and when he did, he fucking ended up. We knew it. We were like, he's got to be hurt, and sure enough, he needed Tommy John.
Yep.
Bro was out there pitching fucking without an elbow for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Fucking throwing 100-mile-an-hour splitters and shit. But, you know, you do have Yennier Cano. Danny Kloom was really great. Dylan Tate is back this year. Dylan Tate was really good 2 years ago. Cionel Perez, he turned it around the second half of last year. Jacob Webb, they picked up from the Angels, and he was really good when they picked him up. So, I mean, their bullpen is fucking solid, dude. Like, they're like the Rays now where they just, like, find these fucking random guys and they end up being good in the bullpen. It's always a good luxury. But not having Felix Bautista hurts because there's only one Felix Bautista. There ain't another one.
Yep.
Only one 6'7" dude throwing 100-mile-an-hour splitters.
Ooh.
It's the big mountain. What do you think about the Orioles, Irv?
I'm very high on the Orioles. I'm higher on them this year than I was last year because, like you said, those young guys, and they're not your average rookies. Especially Jackson Holiday. The craziest shit is about him, his little brother might be better, but their dad was a beast too. Is he in the Hall of Fame? He should be.
Not yet. I don't know. Man, he's a fucking tool bag, but
yeah, he is, but he was a damn good ball player too. But yeah, I like them to go over. Probably gonna be one of my best bets. I actually like them to win the division too, especially if they add another starter. Chicago White Sox, they say their price on Dylan Cease is pretty high right now, but it's probably going to come down around All-Star break. So they're probably definitely going to add another starter. And if they do that, I think they could actually have a chance at running away with the division because if Garrett Cole needs any type of surgery or procedure done on that elbow, you can pretty much shut him down. So
you can pretty much pack the Yankees up.
Yeah, yep. So without him, they a fucking AAA team with their pitching staff because that elevates who do they ace? Marcus Stroman would be the ace if
Stroman, Nestor the Molester, and Rodon.
Yeah, good luck with that. So yeah, I love the Orioles. I like them to go over. Actually, they would be my pick to win the division. What's their odds to win the division right now?
It is
probably won't be too high. Probably like plus 200, plus 150.
2-1.
200, yep.
Yeah, so we're at that number.
I actually think that's pretty good value considering that, like, I think they're much better than the Yankees, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And the Yankees are plus 145.
And they're so injury prone.
Yeah, dude. They got like hella old players, dude. Like,
you got to take that like right now.
Yeah.
Right now. Because if Cole comes out
Well, dude,
That's
I'm telling you right now, Garrett Cole he's getting Tommy John, bro.
Yeah. Well,
It's-
but they're reacting right now. I've heard. Well, I guess we'll talk about this when we go to the Yankees. But I've heard they're increasing talks for Cease again. I heard they're pushing harder for Snell.
Well, I mean, they're
doubt
gonna
they bring back
the-
Montgomery, but
the thing with the Yankees though is like their fan base expects him to win every fucking year. So it's like if Cole is out and a guy like Snell's there available, like they have to sign him, dude.
mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what Snell's been waiting for, is a situation like this.
That's what we were talking about.
So let's talk about those Yankees. Their win total is 91.5, 93.5. It's basically off the board everywhere though because of the Garrett Cole situation. What do you guys think about the Yankees? And let's throw it out. So Garrett Cole has elbow discomfort. He went for imaging. He went for second tests today. That tells me that they're trying to avoid Tommy John. But what it really tells me, what it really tells me is that he needs Tommy John, and they're just delaying the inevitable. Because every time this elbow discomfort happens, it ends up being Tommy John. Whether it's today or he throws for 2 weeks and then it ends up happening, like he's gonna need it, dude. So. And of course, it happens a day after I fucking sitting here telling you, oh, there's only one Garrett Cole who throws 200 innings of sub-3 ERA baseball. And fucking here we are. But what do you guys think about the Yankees? And you know, project it as if you think whatever
Garrett
you think
Cole's
of
available, healthy.
Well, project it if you think Garrett Cole's gonna pitch this year. Project it if you don't think he's gonna pitch this year. Like, what do you think about the Yankees given their situation right now?
I think their lineup is going to be a lot better. Should have been mashing the hell out the ball in spring training, but they've been winning a lot of games, 12-6 and 12-8, shit like that. So that could be a precursor, especially if Garrett Cole's not available. But they're in a hitter's park, so Juan Soto shit might hit 40, 45 home runs. The way he could take advantage of that short porch and right field, or shit, he got power to every field, so it don't really matter with him.
Yep.
But he gonna abuse that short porch in right field. Yeah, but the thing about him is though, if he balls out, he's gonna command what, 450, 500 million.
A lot of money. Yep.
So the Yankees got to be prepared for that. They got to add some more pitching, especially if it turns out our boy Cole does need Tommy John. I don't know why they haven't signed at least Blake Snell. Jordan Montgomery probably won't ever go back to the Yankees because it didn't end well. It was the first time he was there. So who's out there? Blake Snell. You can trade for Dylan Cease. Jesus Luzardo has been shopped around all offseason. So they got some options. They just got to make it happen. Of course, they might try to wait to see what happens with Snell, but like Jordan said, they're delaying the inevitable. Anytime a pitcher has any type of issues with their shoulder or they elbow, their UCL, they need some type of surgery and they on the shelf for at least 6 to 9 months. So hopefully it is not, because you know he's a big part of what he's a defending Cy Young guy. He's a big part of their plans, especially if they want to win anything of significance. But if they don't got Garrett Cole,
Shit,
I don't see how they win this division.
Outside of Garrett Cole, or it's just a bunch of question marks in their rotation.
Yeah, they line up. Yeah, outside of Garrett Cole, there's a bunch of question marks. Where can Rodon bounce back? Can Marcus Stroman be what he was the first half of the season? Because the second half he tailed off terribly. That lineup outside of two guys. Well, I don't know if Volpe is gonna get any better. They was touting him up to be the next Derek Jeter, the most overrated motherfucker that ever laced him up. And Giambi was safe at home plate.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Good Lord.
Yeah, it's a lot of question marks. Outside of Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, who's probably gonna have monster seasons, that lineup is pretty mid. Stanton might strike out 200 times. He's a taller Baez, but
he also might be hurt half the year, like he is every
yeah,
year.
he might get hurt too. Because even if he does have a good week or a month, next thing you know, he's gonna roll an ankle or mess up something and be out for a month or two. So a hamstring.
Yeah, you just can't rely on him being out there, dude.
Yeah, so they got talent. But is that talent gonna transfer to wins? Is my big issue because you know what you're gonna get out of those stars. And if they don't have Garrett Cole and don't add any pitching, they're gonna be dependent on that lineup to win them a lot of their games. They'll basically be the Red Sox with a little better pitching.
Yep. What do you think, Ben? What say you?
I mean, I get the whole, Judge and Soto having monster years, but why are you going to pitch to Judge and Soto when you have this lineup behind them?
Hey, that's why, dude. This is answer time for like Volpe and stuff because like there's been question marks about Volpe since he came up, right?
Yeah.
If he's hitting around these guys and he still can't, you got your answer, dude.
Verdugo, not impressed. LeMahieu, not impressed. Torres has his moments. Rizzo is like
Washed.
fucking walking around with a walker out there. And then Austin Wells, like all of these guys are mid. I mean, this is probably the most underperforming, I guess would be the best word to say it. But infield, underwhelming infield that we have in this whole division, if not in this league. Every single one of them are just like I'd rather have somebody else in that position. So I mean, why pitch to Judge and Soto when you have every single other player that you can?
Well, I'll say this much, dude. Was like you can't just walk two guys and then not pitch anybody else because you don't have much room to put them on base. So someone's gonna get hits, or they should at least get good pitches to hit, I should say. But what are they gonna do with that? You know what I mean? And like that's the big thing. And like Gleyber Torres has shown flashes. Like sometimes he looks like the top prospect that he once was, and then sometimes it's like, dude, what the fuck is this guy doing? And a lot of his big question marks are out in the field. He's not a great fielder. Volpe's a very good. I would say very good fielder, but he had a lot of question marks with his bat last year, and he was supposed to be this like next big shortstop, and he did not look the part at all. Then you add Alex Verdugo, and I'm sorry, bro, but when a team trades a player within the division, usually means they don't really care about that player. Mm-hmm. And Alex Verdugo's a corner outfielder who can't hit for power, dude. Like, let's call it what it is, dude. If you're a corner outfielder and you can't hit for power, you better be a Gold Glove outfielder, and he is not that at all. Yeah. So it's like they got so many holes in their lineup, dude. And like you said, Ben, like a lot of their lineup is like, I mean, I'd rather have somebody else out there. Yeah. But you plug in a fucking Juan Soto and an Aaron Judge, and it does change a lot of things, dude. Like, you're talking about a guy in Juan Soto that's on base 420, 430 every single year. So Judge is going to have a lot of opportunities to get him in. And then behind Judge, if it's Gleyber Torres, is going to have a lot of opportunities to hit a lot of balls too. Because like you said, a lot of pitchers might pitch around Aaron Judge. Yeah. So a lot of this is going to depend on those other guys, and I think that's the big question. But aside from their lineup, their starting rotation is just
and they're going to have to score a lot of runs to deal with this rotation.
Yeah, but their bullpen is really good. I will give them that. Jonathan Lasagna. How do you say
lasagna? I was just gonna say lasagna.
Sawaiga. Like I always mess up his name. Ian Hamilton was pretty good last year. Ron Marinaccio, he was really solid last year. So, and Clay Holmes, he took a step back last year. He definitely regressed a little bit, but if he can get anywhere between 2 years ago and last year, like you still have a really fucking good closer there. So I mean, I think their bullpen is good. It's just, you're really relying on, does Carlos Rodon bounce back? And is Marcus Stroman healthy enough to be the guy that he was the first half of last year? And if you don't have Garrett Cole, I mean, that's a huge fucking loss. Even adding Blake Snell in there. I know Blake Snell won a fucking Cy Young, but Blake Snell is not Garrett Cole.
No, Garrett Cole is like Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
That's why Yoshinobu Yamamoto was a big domino for him, and they couldn't reel him in. Not that I'm complaining.
I do have trouble like playing the Yanks under 91.5 just because like in the summer I know they're gonna catch fire and fucking hit a bunch of fucking jacks.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to beat up on this division outside of the Orioles, probably maybe.
Yeah, but you're asking them to get 9 more wins than last year.
Yeah, that's tough, dude. I don't know if they're gonna.
Yeah, without
not
Garrett
without
Cole,
Garrett
that would
Cole.
be yeah.
Yeah, without Garrett Cole.
If they don't have Garrett Cole.
See, but like I have Boston under, I have Tampa Bay under, I have Toronto under. So it's like I gotta say that New York goes over.
So I have the Rays over. I think the Rays are gonna be a lot better than you think.
Yeah, I got the Rays over too. I got the Rays over.
Jays
got
under.
I got the Orioles definitely going over. I would lean without Cole. I would lean the under.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet it, but I would lean the under without Garrett Cole.
Agree.
Leaving that blank.
Yeah, I mean it's tough without Garrett Cole. It's like, it's nearly. But I just don't see a scenario in which he comes back, dude.
Yeah, especially if he got MRI and he needs more.
Yeah,
and
it's crazy, bro. It's like basically them just like being like, oh no, we want to make
something,
sure.
but they want to make sure that they saw what they saw.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure about that? Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's move over to the National League East. We'll get it kick-started with the Washington Nationals, which is a team that I'm very high on this year. Of course, because I like those stinky teams.
I fucking love one of their young prospects here that they got from San Diego.
James Wood, everyone
in DeSoto.
Everyone
fucking
Wood.
James Wood.
Let me get their win total. I fucking lost it. Their win total is 66.5 right now, basically everywhere. 67.5 out there as well. Ben, what do you think about the Nationals? They're plus 12,500 to win the division.
I don't think they have a shot at the division. There's some powerhouses here in the division, but I do have them over 66.5. I think they're a better team than they were last year, just in the sense that they've grown. I think, well, maybe not better than they were last year, because 71 and 91 is probably about where I see them finishing. But this is a team that won't have the struggles like they did to start the season last year. Didn't they go was it 2-19 to start the season?
Oh yeah, they had a historically bad start.
Yeah. So I mean, I just don't see that happening. I'd like their starting three in the rotation. I think we need to have big seasons from them to get this over 66.5. But I think they're a lot of good young guys. I like Meneses, James Woods. He's already getting the Barry Bonds treatment. Abrams, I think, can definitely have a comeback year.
He was hella good last year in the second half.
I think Abrams gonna be an all-star this year.
He's gonna ball out.
Senzel, a good defensive third baseman there. Keibert Ruiz takes that step up, in my opinion.
Is that one kid they got from the Padres playing in the majors this year? That dude might hit a 500-foot home run this year.
James Woods, yeah.
Yeah,
that's who I'm talking about. This kid is.
I don't think he's gonna start the year on the major league roster though.
Oh damn.
Correct. Yeah, but he will make the team at some point, and this kid he's gonna get all of the hype that Ellie got last year when he came up.
Yeah,
he is.
Yep.
This kid's different.
Yeah, he's definitely he's a good fucking player. They also have Jackson Rutledge, who I think he ends up starting the year in the rotation, with Josiah Gray and Mackenzie Gore and Jake Irvin. I actually think their rotation is going to be a step better this year. Another year of development for Mackenzie Gore, especially, I think is going to be huge. He showed flashes last 2 years of being great. He was obviously the centerpiece of the Juan Soto deal. Mm-hmm. And then I'm with Irvin. I think CJ Abrams is going to be a fucking star, dude. I think he definitely came on the second half of last year. I think Lane Thomas is a really fucking good player. Joey Meneses, Keibert Ruiz. I think this is a sneaky good team. I still think they're a year away, but I would definitely lean their over, dude. I think they're better than the fucking Marlins, dude.
Then who?
The Marlins.
Yeah, Marlins are a question mark team for me. I think they're going to make some moves, but
I think they end
I
up
agree.
trading guys though. I think they're gonna like sell off like the Jesus Luzardos of the world, and and then there's no Sandy. Sandy's out for the year. You had Tommy John.
Yeah, forgot about that. Okay.
So I mean, I actually like the Nationals over 66.5, dude. That's probably my favorite bet in this division.
Yeah, I like them over too.
They were like my favorite team to bet on last year because they would always be like plus 225 and shit, dude. Like this team though, like the Nats. What do you think, Irv?
Yeah, I like the young talent. Long as Patrick Corbin's not a turkey tosser like he was a couple years ago. He was a light turkey tosser last year.
Say that 5 times fast.
he was a light turkey tosser last year. But yeah, they got the young talent. They probably could be a serious contender within like 2 to 3 years. Gore keeps getting better. I think CJ Abrams is gonna be a star. Nathan Jones is he like 6'4", 6'5".
Nathan Jones, yeah.
Yeah, I think that kid's gonna be I think he's gonna be nasty. He's gonna be a star.
They got a lot of good young players.
Yeah, so they just keep adding to that pitching. The bullpen.
Jones.
Hopefully, no, the guy I think is his name Nathan Jones. I don't know his damn name. I just know
James Woods.
Yeah, James Woods. He ain't no joke. Nathan Jones is a wrestler. My bad. Old wrestler.
I'm like, wait, who is this new kid that I don't know about? Like,
yeah. Bull. The only thing that might hold him back, because I think the starting pitcher is gonna be better. Hopefully, that bullpen can pitch like they did the second half of the season. Because the first half they was getting knocked around. So,
yep. That's the big thing is their bullpen was fucking trash.
Yeah. So I remember one game it was up like 8-1 and lost like 14-2.
Bro, there's a lot of those games they had, dude. Holy shit.
It was against the Braves. It was up 8-1 and lost the game like 14-9 or some shit like that. That was crazy. So yeah. I like what Washington's building. They're gonna come out very well from that Juan Soto trade.
Yep. Agreed. All right, let's move over to the Miami Marlins.
A hell of a lot better than San Diego did. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. San Diego. Whew.
They're in piss right now. All right, let's move over to the Miami Marlins. Their win totals at 77.5, 78.5, depending on where you get it. This is a team that made the playoffs last year, 84 wins, 78 losses. They do have some turnover. Lost Jorge Soler, lost David Robertson, lost Matt Moore, Matt Barnes. That's really the biggest ones that they lost. What do you guys think about the Marlins here? Do they make it back to the playoffs?
Losing Sandy, they might trade Jesus Luzardo.
Yep.
The lineup's definitely going to be better, but losing Soler, who's Jake Berger's who's going to replace him? Jake Berger. What's the name has the power to do it, but he just strikes out too much. If he could cut down on the strikeouts, he could be a 30, 35 home run guy.
Who
is his name? De La Cruz.
Oh yeah, Brian De La Cruz. Dude, I keep waiting for Brian De La Cruz to break out, man.
Yep. That dude could be real good. He just gotta stop striking out so damn much. They got Luis Arias. I don't know why they traded Pablo Lopez, man. But they did get Luis Arias for him, but they should have held on to Pablo. But they got the talent. They signed Tim Anderson. Bullpen is pretty good. It's just I don't know if they trade Jesus Luzardo, your 2 top pitchers is not going to pitch for you next year. So,
yep.
How is that going to help you get back to the playoffs or get into the playoffs?
Well, I will say this: Max Meyer, Yuri Perez, Jesus Luzardo. I mean, that's a really fucking good three young pitchers right there. Trevor Rogers, if he ever bounces back to what he was in 2021, could be really good too. Braxton Garrett as well. I mean, this team has the potential to have the best starting rotation in this entire division. They're young, but I keep going back to this lineup, bro. Every fucking year we talk about this lineup, dude. They can't fucking hit. Every fucking year, dude. And it's like Luis Ariz, like he almost batted 400 last year, but the dude had like 410 on base percentage. Like he doesn't walk, he doesn't hit for power, he doesn't strike out. He'll get on base, he'll hit a bunch of fucking singles. That's cool.
Doubles, yeah.
But it's like he has no speed once he gets on base, so he ain't stealing you a bag. Like he's good, don't get me wrong, but he's more of, like we were talking about wide receivers before you came on, Ben, and like I feel like Luis Ariz is that player that's like a beautiful complementary piece. Like if you're a good team and you have a Luis Ariz, it's like, oh, that's a great piece, dude. But if he's your best player, it's like, I don't know. I don't know about this. Yeah.
I got you.
So, this lineup, because we know Jazz is gonna get hurt. He gets hurt every fucking year.
That was gonna be one of my things I was gonna say. Yeah.
So I'm with Irv, dude. Like I keep waiting. I thought Brian De La Cruz was gonna break out last year. Because remember, I was really high on the Marlins last year, and they made the playoffs. But I definitely think they end up trading some of these guys halfway through the year when they're out of the playoff contention race. And I unfortunately like this team under. I don't think they're gonna be very good.
Yeah, I'm with you on the under too. I want to add one more person that I'm actually really high on this team that they got for an incredibly cheap price, and that is the utility player of Vidal Brujan. Kid is fast. Kid is good defensively. Didn't get his shot with the Rays, and I think he's going to be a big piece that somebody will add at the trade deadline to really bolster their team, being a utility that can play really any infield position. I know he doesn't play first, but I'm sure they could throw him at first if he needed to. He plays every outfield position. He's got fucking speed. And this kid is I think the problem is he's not great at everything or at anything, but he's good at everything.
Yeah.
And he's one of the guys that I'm really high on, and wish he got his shot on the Rays last year, but just really didn't get that opportunity. So, but I think it's a great ad for Miami. But again, he's just a utility player that I really like.
I do want to add too. Skip Schumacher is a great fucking manager, dude. He did a hell of a fucking job last year, so that is one thing they have going for them. So it's really hard to count them out, but yeah, man, it's just unless Jesus Sanchez and Brian De La Cruz take a fucking massive step forward, dude, I just don't see anything.
They got a whole new management system too. Fucking Gabe Kapler is your assistant GM.
Yeah, Kim Ming is gone.
Yeah. So they got a new GM, a new assistant GM, a new director of baseball operations, and a new farm director. Oh, a woman. Interesting.
Yep. Kim Ming was a woman too. She was their GM.
Yep.
All right, let's move over to the next team we have, which is
Metropolitans.
Oh yeah, the Mets. Where are they at? Okay, here we are. The New York
80.5.
New York Mets 80.5, 81.5, 81 in between there, depending on where you shop. Do we have any update on Kodai Senga?
I could check. Let me see.
I have not seen anything.
I haven't seen that one update. All I know is he had a shoulder injury, right?
Yeah, he was dealing with shoulder discomfort when he was working on his something pitch.
Here's another one. New manager, new GM.
Yeah, I think this is I definitely think this is a down year for the Mets. I think
it's another down year for the Mets.
Yeah, but I think it's by design this time.
And they might trade Paul Alonso too, right?
Yeah. I think this is by design as a kind of head towards the future.
So one of the beat writers says Senga was pretty bad, was pretty good for the Mets last year, but it's not the elbow, but no update on his timeline or health either. And this was 2 hours ago.
Yeah, he hasn't even pitched in the spring yet. Not looking good. They do get Edwin Diaz back, which is good. Just solid. But other than that, man, this team fucking sucks. I actually think their lineup could be pretty good. Nimmo, McNeil, obviously they're fine players. Lindor, Alonso, They did battle a lot of injuries last year. I do like Francisco Alvarez. He was pretty nice last year. This is gonna be his second year. But man, they got G-Man Choi as their DH. Come on, bro. What are we doing here? But look at this fucking pitching rotation.
Well, Mendoza said today he's strengthening that shoulder. Mendoza said he's continuing to say that he's feeling good, progressing well with the limited activity he's doing. They did shut him down for 3 weeks. He received a platelet-rich plasma injection late February for the strain in his posterior capsule of his right shoulder. Yeah,
Not good.
That
they
doesn't
not
sound good.
they not expecting it to be a long-term issue though. So, but we'll see. That doesn't sound good to me.
Yeah. I don't even know if he's gonna be 100% because without him, look at that rotation, dude.
Yeah.
Quintana, Severino, Manaya, out of Adrian Hauser, Taylor. Yeah.
The new Sean Manaea with a haircut.
I might have to take the Marlins over just because I think the Mets are gonna be fucking dog shit.
Yeah, I don't think the Mets gonna be that good. You right about that one.
What do you think,
Are
Ben?
we really going to take the Marlins over when, we're asking them to? Oh no, 4.5 games less. Okay.
Yeah, we're not asking them to win more. We just need them to basically be the same.
The Mets up 6. That I don't understand. That could be my best bet of this.
I think the odds
This
makers
is
are
the
just
under.
relying on the Mets being more healthy this year. Because last year, I
Yeah.
mean, they lost a lot of guys in and out of their lineup.
Yeah, and you are seeing kind of a big play with Brett Batty, and who is their other young
Francisco
guy
Alvarez.
Huh?
Alvarez.
Okay, yeah, Francisco Alvarez. They're playing out of their minds. I mean, they're another one like the kid from Baltimore that's just Colton Cowser.
Yeah.
Just playing out of his mind in spring ball. So like they have, I mean, it's the same thing. They have highlights, but especially if they trade half of their team at the deadline,
Yep.
this is going to be a very sorry second half of the year.
Well, some of their I don't think Nimmo's going to get traded just because he just signed a new deal.
I don't think Jeff McNeil will get traded, but I can see
Lindor and Alonso because
Yeah.
Lindor's on the final year of his deal.
Yeah,
So Lindor could
probably
be gone.
Marte.
Alonso could be gone. Yeah, Marte could be gone. But
Yeah,
Marte's
the Brewers
35.
were in heavy on Pete Alonso, so that could be a landing spot depending if they still want him, depending on the price.
Nah, the Brewers are gonna be dog shit this year.
Yeah, I know. So they probably won't trade for him. Who would do the Twins need a first baseman?
Yeah, the Twins could.
The Giants?
Giants in the first baseman.
Yeah,
Damn.
and the Giants
Yeah.
have to trade for bats too because no one wants to sign there.
Yup.
They better
So
start
it could
deferring
happen.
money, like my boys do.
Shit, if I was the Rockies, dude, I'm not even joking. I would go out and trade for Alonso.
That would be a great pickup for the Rockies.
I mean,
He'd fucking blow out like
You'll definitely see some 500 footers at
Yeah.
he'd
he'd be hitting. He'd be putting up Bonds numbers out there.
damn.
so I'm saying at least it would put people in the fucking stands, dude.
Yeah.
But no, as far as the Mets go, dude, I gotta go under here. I don't think this team's gonna be very good.
So 80.5. What were they last year?
75 wins.
75. Yeah. I don't see how they're getting 5.
I don't understand why this team didn't sign Blake Snell.
Well, because they have
Because he
high
wants
hopes for
9
Senga.
years, 200 and something million.
Yeah, but I mean, like when Cohen bought the team, he was like, "Oh, I'll do whatever it takes to win," and like, dude did it for
Yeah,
1
but-
year, and then they
But
sucked, and he's like, "You know
knows
what?"
he's got right now is not winning.
yeah,
so-
but then he looked at how much he had to pay over that luxury tax last year. He's like, oh, let me slow it down for a year. I'm worth 15 billion, but I don't want to be chalking out another 400 million this year
he,
over the luxury tax.
he had one losing year. He's like, yeah, let's hold up for a little bit.
Yeah, let's take it easy.
Jordan, it wasn't Francisco Alvarez I was talking about. It was Ronnie Mauricio. Who's
Oh,
having
okay,
a hell of a
okay.
spring training. So
I
he
mean,
might be a
they need anyone that they can get to play well, dude.
yeah.
That's where they're at.
Oh,
Oh,
man. Wait,
shit.
didn't they sign what's their little brother? Or they traded for what's their little brother?
Yeah,
Acuna little brother.
yeah, Acuna's brother. I don't. I think he's like a couple years away though from
Yeah,
the.
yeah, yeah. He's not
he's
major
a
league
ways.
ready.
Yeah,
I think they said his little brother just signed with a team too, or about to sign with a team. He's only 15.
he's supposed to be better than Luis.
Yeah.
Damn, he's only 15.
Yeah, and then Prince Fielder's son is fucking 15 or 16, hitting 480-foot home runs.
Jesus.
Hey, Cecil and Prince though, they're some big motherfuckers,
Yeah,
dude.
he got it honest though. So
That it runs in the family, bro.
yeah, so yeah, you just gotta like it runs in the family.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they posted a video of him on Instagram. As I was watching it, they said one of his home runs went 480, the other one like 487.
Jesus,
Tell
he's
me
only
he's
15?
Prince Fielder Jr.
Huh?
Tell me he's a junior.
He
Prince
let me
Fielder
check to
Jr.?
make sure.
Where does he go to school at?
Somewhere I think it's somewhere in California.
I was gonna say all those fucking old baseball players, all their kids either go live in Arizona or fucking Cali.
Oh, his name Jaden Fielder.
Oh,
Jaden
damn it.
Fielder. All right. Be interesting to see where it happens with him. All right, let's move over to the Phillies. The Phillies win total is 89.5, 89, 90.5, depending on what book you get it at. Last year, the Phillies obviously finished second place. They made another run in the playoffs, fell short, losing to the Diamondbacks, who eventually won, or not eventually, that was the NL championship. The Diamondbacks represent the NL. The Phillies, oh my God, my thing's loading. Trying to get who they added. I know they lost, what's his face? The dude that was hurt last year. What's his name, Ben?
Alec Bohm,
They lost Bone?
right?
Nah, they lost Hoskins. Hoskins.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
They
Sorry.
re-signed Aaron Nola. They lost Michael Lorenzen, who's still a free agent. Lost
Florida.
Craig
He's an
Kimbrell.
infielder.
Who?
Jaden Fielder, his son.
The third baseman.
I think he looked like a second baseman or a shortstop.
Okay.
No fucking way. Prince Fielder's kid is a shortstop. Is he big like his pops and his granddad?
Right now he's. Let me look him up. He don't look small.
There's no fucking way. Imagine Prince Fielder playing fucking shortstop. Oh my God.
He's a second baseman and he's a junior.
I still don't believe it.
6'1", 215 as a junior in high school.
Yeah, that's
not
pretty
too big.
Yeah, that's not too big. That's definitely not as big as Prince and Cecil.
Well, his dad wasn't that tall, was he?
Nah, he was like 5'10", 6 feet.
Yeah, but he was built
Cecil, I think was tall though. I think Cecil was like 6'2",
Yeah,
6'3".
the dad was like Cecil Fielder was like 6'4".
Yeah, he was huge. But I mean, he was like 6'4", 320, dude. Bro, that dude used to hit bombers, dude.
Man, some of his home runs is
Yeah, Cecil Fielder, the man, bro.
Oh
All
man,
right.
hopefully what's the name gets better. Daryl Strawberry had a heart attack. I saw that on Twitter.
Oh,
shit.
shit. Man, shut
Still
up.
doing coke at 75, huh?
I hope not.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
he was 6'4", 250.
No way he was 250.
That's a generous. That was
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
his
hella
rookie.
generous, dude.
I
Maybe
think that was
280.
his rookie
His
There we
rookie
go,
weight,
yeah.
they kept it the
Rookie.
same. All right, let's move over to the Phillies. So 89.5 wins. They're projected to finish second. So their odds to win is 3-1, which I actually think is pretty good value. What do you guys think about the Phillies?
Imagine if they would have got Yamamoto. They offered him $370 million.
I heard it was same amount, but a year less.
No, they offered him more than the Dodgers. They offered him more than the Dodgers and the Yankees did. They offered him $370 million.
Huh. Okay. I thought it was just the same amount, but a year less. So his
plus the
average would have
posting
been
fees would've been
like,
like 400 and some million. But
yeah.
I like the Phillies. You know, Reese Hoskins is gonna be a loss, but are you really gonna feel it? Because
He didn't even play last year.
Yeah, he didn't play last year, so they just need Trey Turner to continue being Trey Turner and not turn into Dodge Turner in the playoffs and swinging at fucking sliders like how Javi Baez. So they pitching staff is rock solid. Their bullpen is good. You seen what they did to the Braves in the playoffs last year, so they proved they could go toe to toe with them. Man, it went over unders at 89.
89.5, yep.
They
like
won
that.
what 90 games last year, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was with injuries. I like that over. I like that over.
What do you think, Ben?
This is a tough one because I mean I think that what they did last year is probably what they're going to do this year. I mean, with some of these guys, you got to question whether they're going to be playing as good or healthy as they were last year. Harper always seems to be injured. That's a big question mark for me. Is JT Realmuto going to have a season like he did last year? I mean, I think so.
Man, Ben, you always be asking the most consistent guys. You be like, are they gonna have another? Are they gonna have a good season?
Well,
this
yeah,
year?
because that's hard to do.
But he's done it his whole career.
Last year Realmuto was better than
Come on,
he's ever
man.
been.
JT Realmuto's been like a top 2 catcher for the last like 7 years, dude.
JT Realmuto had a better season last year than he did.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he's always good, dude. He's always one of the top 3 catchers in the league.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just I fucking hate Bryce Harper, so I think that's part of
What
my
you got against
Yeah,
Bryce
Bryce, he
Harper?
plays
such
hard.
a douchebag.
Why?
He's such a douchebag.
Oh,
He is
man.
cocky. He's fucking arrogant.
I love it, dude.
Oh my god, he's a fucking prick.
I love Bryce Harper when I bet on him, but when I bet against him, I fucking hate that motherfucker.
Damn. What y'all got against the Vegas boy?
Oh, I mean, I love Bryce Harper as a player.
Ben don't like him at all.
I don't.
Ben's one of those old school baseball guys. He doesn't want you to show any emotion, dude. He just wants you to fucking go out there and be a robot.
No, give me a break.
Oh,
No,
so
I
you
don't
didn't
want
like
you to-
you didn't like Shohei styling at the plate today when he knew he got one?
I
Man,
didn't see it, to be honest.
Man, I wish
Um,
the fucking Dodgers still had Corey Seager, man.
No, he's just a fucking prick. Like that's really all it is. So
He's good though. He's good.
oh, absolutely. I do not disagree with
He's a
that
fucking
at all. He's a
superstar.
hell of a ball player. But he's just a fucking prick. I think the Whit Merrifield ad was a big one.
Yep.
Brandon Marsh, I think that's the biggest question mark. in
See
the
now, if you
outfield.
were like Brandon Marsh, would Brandon Marsh have a year like he had last year? I'd be like, okay, that makes sense because Brandon Marsh was never as good as he was last year.
Yeah.
So, I
all
mean,
of his time in well, but also all of his time in LA that with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, like was kind of shadowed by Trout in the outfield.
yeah, but I mean, like when Trout was hurt, he like took over center field, and he was like the Angels' like, top 3 prospect at the time, and he
Yeah.
just like could never like consistently figure it out. And last year was the first year where like he really figured it out, and he was a huge part of Philadelphia's success. And but I think
Yeah.
you're right, dude. Like, does he continue that? Is he consistent as he was last year? Like, that's a huge.
Yeah.
That is a huge question mark because he never has done it before.
Yeah.
You know, so if he can maintain that consistency, I think it's fucking huge. I think Johan Rojas was really good. He's at the very least, Johan Rojas is a very good defensive center fielder. So That's
Christian
a plus.
Pache, good defensive player.
yep,
Can't hit a fucking beach ball.
I'm with you with Whit Merrifield. I think that was a great addition.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that signing too.
Very underrated. My biggest question mark with the Phillies is like Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola pitched so many fucking innings the last
Yeah.
couple of years, dude. It's like,
Yep.
and even because remember the World Series run, Zach Wheeler just like completely fucking ran out of gas in the World Series,
Mhm.
and then last year he started off slow and then he picked it up towards the end of the year. Aaron Nola was really good last year still. So I mean, do those guys maintain Can they maintain that? Because Zach Wheeler's 34, Nola's over 30 now. Ranger Suarez came back last year. He missed the first half of last year. He was really good in the second half of last year once he kind of got his legs under him and stuff. But I mean, the back end of their rotation is not good. But you know what I love about the Phillies, dude, is their bullpen. I love their bullpen, man. I really do. This kid Orion Kirkring, I mean, just devastating fucking slider, dude. Nasty slider.
Lights out.
They got a really fucking good bullpen. They do got to kind of figure out that closer role because last year they kind of were like rotating closers once Craig Kimbrell fucking sucked. So they got to really figure it out between Jose Alvarado, who ended up being their closer for the most part, Jeff Hoffman. If you remember last year, Jeff Hoffman was really good until the fucking series against the Braves when he gave up that fucking home run to lose the game to Austin Riley.
Yeah, fucking moonshot.
Yep. Sir Anthony Dominguez also really good. So I really like their bullpen, dude. I think they have one of the deeper bullpens in all of baseball.
Yeah.
I would take a shot on the Phillies to win the East, dude. I think
I would too.
Honestly, they probably got a better rotation than the Braves. No?
Because it's looking like Chris Sale's gonna be their number 2 starter, so shit. Give me Aaron Nola and Wheeler over them any day of the week.
Yeah, plus like I mean a lot of the Braves pitchers just can't stay healthy either, dude.
Yeah. Spencer Strider, he's good, but man, bro, he asked me, he's a ticking time bomb, man.
Yeah, he really is, dude. He gets in his head. He throws gas, bro, but
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it, but like the Braves are going to put up 10 runs every fucking game.
That's true.
I mean, the
So
Phillies
the
can do
Phillies-
it too.
But the Phillies could put up 10 runs and not let your ass score 1 run. So
Yeah. And the Phillies have beat the Braves 2 years in a row in the playoffs, dude, when it
Yeah,
matters
2
the
years
most.
ago. What if I don't think the Marlins would trade Jesus Luzardo
In the division. Nah.
in
And to be honest, dude, if we're keeping it a buck, dude, the Phillies probably win the division last year if Bryce Harper wasn't hurt the first half of the year.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
missed the first 3 months of the year?
Yeah.
2-3 months?
And they're probably going to make a trade for another starter at some point.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
to because they tried hard. And then when it came out that Blake Snell might be interested in a shorter term deal, I know they put a filler out for him. I don't know if they extended him an offer, but they were interested in him on a short term deal.
Yeah, I definitely don't think they're interested in paying 3 guys over 30 for like that
Yeah.
long term fucking deal.
A long term.
All right, let's move over to the Braves. The Braves are like minus 280 to win this division, which is why I'm saying the
Sheesh.
Phillies do kind of have some value because
What's
What's the Phillies? What, plus 250?
plus 300,
Oh, that's nice.
plus 375, you can get them at plus 350. Yeah, they got a good value.
That's some good value right there.
Last year, the Braves won 104 games. They do lose Eddie Rosario, Jesse Chavez, Brad Hand, Joe Jimenez, Colby Allard, who's on the Phillies now. Michael Tonkin, Kirby Yates. They lost some guys in their bullpen, dude, that they used. Yanni Chirinos. So what do you guys think about the Braves this year?
It's like,
Go
yeah,
first, man.
they lost a lot in their bullpen, but they also signed a lot in their bullpen. So, I mean, I think what they lost in their pitching staff, they gained in, their free agency and via trade.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because, I mean, you've got, let's see. So, oh no, wait, I'm sorry. I was looking at the list for the Mets. My bad. The Mets had a lot of in free agency for their pitching staff.
I mean,
But
the Braves they return their key hogs, dude. Iglesias, Minter,
Mentor, yeah.
Matzik. I mean, those are the guys that like have been in that bullpen since they won the World Series.
Who's gonna be their closer?
Iglesias,
Okay.
Razel Iglesias. But I mean, he's hella hit or miss, dude. Like,
Yeah.
he's not like a shut down like Johan Duran type closer. He's like He could be really good, and he could be fucking mid. The one thing about the Braves, I mean, they have the best lineup, top to bottom, in all of baseball. There's no arguing that. I mean, they got 9 guys that could pretty much start on any team, for the most part. That lineup's really fucking good.
Has Arcia played second base? Or sorry, shortstop for
Yeah, he played shortstop last year. He's why they traded Vaughn Grissom.
okay.
And then they added last year they added Nicky Lopez, I think it was his name, to play like utility, like to spell them and shit. But I mean this lineup's really good.
Yeah, Kalinick in outfield was a nice add.
Yeah, I like the addition of Jared Kalinick, and I think he's from the Atlanta area, so he gets to go back home. And
Shit, they traded him for 2 pitchers that need Tommy John surgery.
Shit. It's hella funny.
Robbery, dude. But I think this lineup's really fucking good, dude. And there's really no question marks in their lineup. Kalinick might be the biggest question mark if there is one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just pitching and that starting pitching. This is another team that if they're putting out Sale as their number 2, you know, how long is Fried gonna be able to, you know, stay healthy? How long is Morton gonna be able to stay healthy?
Morton's 41 years old almost too.
Fuck.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And you got Elder, like it's this is a team that I think is a starting pitcher away, and
I think they got nice young guys coming up though. AJ Smith-Shawyer, he was good in spot starts last year. Husker Inoa, also pretty solid. So I mean they do have depth in their rotation, but I mean as far as like, you know, they got to keep Max Fried and Spencer Strider healthy, dude. And Max Fried has not been healthy for 2 seasons. And then they traded Kyle Wright. And he hasn't been healthy either, but you know, when he was healthy, he was their fucking ace. He was their best pitcher. So that's why I'm saying I think there is a good chance that the Phillies could win this division. Also, the Braves players play like every fucking game, and they barely ever deal with injuries, dude. At some point, like, these guys are gonna get hurt, dude. They're not gonna be playing 162 games every fucking year. And behind them, they don't have a ton of depth. Like their main guys are hella fucking good, but like they don't have a ton of depth behind them. So like if they lose a Matt Olson, let's say for extended period of time, or Acuna Jr. once again for extended period of time, I do think that things could get very interesting.
Yeah.
To be a minus 275 favorite to win a division in the season, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Jordan, you're right. I do not see a single position that I'm like, okay, I'm confident with the backup.
Yeah. It's a lot of
unless you're putting Azuna out in outfield, which is not a good look.
Good luck.
Yeah. He's not.
I ain't gonna never forget that play where that motherfucker ran up the wall for no reason when he was with the Cardinals.
Oh shit. Yeah, they don't have they do not have a ton of depth, man. They definitely don't.
Oh man.
They're definitely relying on their main cogs.
If they have 2 injuries, like that's
could really derail their season.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say derail, but it will definitely alter their season.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We ready for our best bets?
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. Irv, we'll start it with you.
I got the Phillies over.
Over 89.5?
Yeah. I got the Orioles over.
All right.
Yep.
And I'm going out on a limb.
All right.
I'm picking. No. I got the Orioles to win the AL East. I'm not going out on a limb. Those are my 3 best bets. Going out on a limb, I'll say the Phillies win the NL East.
It's not going out on a limb. And that's my best bet, so don't take it. Ben, what's your best bet? Best
So I've
bets.
got 2 overs today. I'm gonna go with Baltimore over in the AL East, and then I'm gonna go Washington over in the NL East.
I like that one too.
Yeah. All right, my best bets is I like the Phillies to win the NL East at 3-1 plus 300, and then I also like I like the Nats over 66.5 wins, and I also like the Rays over 84.5 wins. Those are my 3 best bets. So just to recap, we got Phils over 89.5, Orioles over 89.5 wins, Orioles plus 200 to win the AL East. Ben has Baltimore over 89.5 wins, Nats over 66.5 wins, and then I got Phillies 3-1 to win the NL East, Nats over 66.5 wins, and then Rays over 84.5 wins. Actually, you know what? Instead of the Rays, I'm doing Jays under 86.5.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I like that one better. Jays under 86.5. Last 2 years, I bet them to win the World Series. Not this year. I'm not donating money on that this year, dude.
Nope. Watch, this is the year they win it.
Oh, I mean, dude,
Hell no.
that would be my luck, though, dude.
Yep.
All right, thank you everybody for tuning in, hanging out with us. Make sure to follow the Sharps app, SHARPZ. Download it to your mobile device. Use promo code JORD517. Track your bets. Become a better Sharps app. Follow the program on Twitter at Taproom_sports. Follow us on Instagram at Taproom Sports Podcast. Follow Irvin on Twitter at Swervin Irvin TSP. Follow myself at Jordan Rules TSP. We'll be back Sunday, Ben?
No.
You're not gonna be back in town in time?
No, my flight doesn't get in until like 10:30.
I thought you leave at like 5:30.
No, I leave at 8:40.
Oh shit. All right. Well, we will not be back Sunday. Well, maybe Irvin I will, cause I'll be back in time. I'll be back here. So
Mattress Mac put I think he made some bets for the Astros to win the World Series so already.
of course, cause he just hedges with his furniture sale, dude. So we'll catch y'all later. Have a great weekend. Enjoy March Madness. Enjoy the conference tournaments. Enjoy everything else going on. We'll talk to y'all later. We out. Peace.
Later.